think brand manager in FMCG is very different from other companies like those who are into banking sector, those are into automobile sector, for the only one point, because brand manager in FMCG, he touches almost all the channels and all the areas. If we talk of let's say a banking solution, they generally talk of digital. If we talk of automobile, they talk of retail. But a brand manager in FMCG, he has to look into all the other functions as well as all the channels, be it digital, be it e-commerce, be it retail part of it, be it distributor part of it. So he has to touch all the channels and he has to make sure there is 360-degree activation across all the channels. So he has to touch the consumer lives in all the channels the consumer come across. He has to talk on the banners in the retail sector. He has to talk of a digital activation. He has to talk about how to change consumer lives when he is on the street. So he has to look into where consumer is interacting with which all channels, and he has to act accordingly. I think brand manager has to do a dual role. One is how to generate trials, and the other part is how to make sure once the trial is generated, the person comes back to you again and again. So there is a dual aspect of it. To generate trials, one has to go through sampling, which is not there in other industries, because sampling you can do it because you have a low cost product. But in other industries, sampling means you have to go in for a test drive or something. But here it's experiencing the product by consuming it physically. The other part of it, how to generate repurchase. Once the trial is done, you have to make sure the person likes it and the person comes back to you again and again. To generate that, brand manager has to touch the consumer life after the product is sold as well, and how it changes the life after the production, after the product is consumed. So he has to talk about both the aspects, and that's why it's different from the other industries.